Well, it's midday and kind of a bad time to do a video or photographs of any kind, but Gabriel and I have just finished a big part of this garden project, and that is to clean and to stain all of the Cantera surfaces, which include the columns and the bases. Well, I haven't planned this very well, so just bear with me. For example, I'm here in the cabana, but yeah, this isn't a good way to show this off, but I've taken out the table and we've cleaned everything possible. Let me see if I can do this a little better. The roof, for which I am so proud, and yeah, that's a little better. I figured out a way that scrubbing the stains, the black Cantera, sloughs off into the base. Not the other Cantera, but down into the fancy bottom, which is not Cantera. That is a, oh boy, I'm sorry, it is a brick product. So it's clay. There you go, clay bricks with a fancy shape, and we've used an awful lot of those, and they're fine up above, but down below they started to collect the black Cantera particles and what's the other stuff, the boquilla, the grout. Well, anyway, that left all well, of the 14, I suppose 11 were badly stained, 10 for sure. And so we tried sandpaper, and that didn't work. Even a 50 and 60 grit just was horrible, hard work. And so I remembered that I had a sanding disc, which is used on an electric drill and used to scrape paint. Now that would be for a small project or for some kind of complicated thing like this, would be perfect. So I bought, I think we used 7 of them, but it turns out they are really good for this project, and I think I did 1 or 2 when by the time Gabriel said he would help me with this project. He's 17 and in school, so he can only come a few hours every day, but he figured out a way to do this with a bit of pressure. I was being a little cautious, but he leaned into it and really did a great job of all of this. Now, well, that's all. I don't want to bore you with it all, but I just was very proud of how he managed to help me. We're going to put things back together now. We've washed out. There's just dust everywhere. Every day I hose down the entire area because the dust is just deep. And maybe this might be one of the last days I do this. However, we now have to talk about the pathways. And those are badly stained just from mud and walking around, and they were never done properly in that respect. So we will now use a belt sander for that. Anyway, chat with y'all later. Isn't this pretty? Yes. I'm sorry it's midday. It's awfully bright and not very appealing, but down here you see what I have. Normally I have a little table in here. Up till now, all of the Cantera work has been done by Rolando. A lot of the construction work was done primarily, well, initially by Mauro. He did, I think he did all of, maybe except for 1 or 2, all of the columns.